All right. We're in there. I was going to say, do you want the good news or the bad news? I'm disappointed that I went through and figured out all of these additive values for the words, and didn't just write down the intermediary sequence. Is this the last part of the... Is this the last hard thing we have to do? Jesus fuck no. Okay, alright. Well, maybe that's the bad news. We want to subtract... Oh, yeah, that's fine. I'm not even... You may think me afraid. I have no fear. This is what I was built for. -1 or minus and then times. I don't know why they would do this. This is awesome. What do you mean? This is what I would hope for. $19 divided by 1 is 19 minus... so that's 20. You let me worry about that. I don't even know what you're talking about. You let me worry about that right now. Let me be in my happy little math zone for a bit. 9 L 12. There's nothing to scream about. We're doing fine. Plus, minus, times, divide. Because that's just 12 times 9 divided by 12, which is 9. Right? 13 minus 1 times... Oh, hold on. 13 minus 1 times 9 divided by 12 is 9. Yep. Did I do that other one? 19 divided by 1 minus 14 times 4. Yes. Okay. Date. I'm going to get that off the bottom. Four, 1, 25. Plus minus multiply divide. 4 minus 1 times 20 divided by 5 is 12. We got H 8 5 1 4. This one's a little easier. Minus, divide, multiply. 8 minus 5 divided by 1 times 4, 12. Oh boy. Let me just tab out my... Oh, I don't need 2 tabs, do I? Just tab plus, tab plus, tab plus. And we just tab, tab, tab. It'll naturally space itself out as I fill it in. Clam, 3. 12. 1, 13. Peak, 16, 5, 1, 11. Heat, 8, 5, 1, 20. Joya, 10, 15, 25. That one will be a fun one. 23, 5, 12, 12. All right. So if we do plus equals tab, I think that'll make it a little easier on me. Toad, 20, 15, 1, 4. Card, 3, 1, 18, 4. Will, 23, 9, 12, 12. Tape, 21, 16, 5. Legs, 12, 5, 7, 19. And then we just need a quick little line here of pluses. Oh, and then I gotta do the numbers. Oh, I'm losing space. T, 20, 18, 5, 5. Road, 18, 15, 1, 4. Made, 13, 1, 9, 5. Slab, 19, 12, 1, 2. Rock, 18, 15, 3, 11. All right. All right. Hand, 8, 1, 14, 4. Vase, 22, 1. 19, 5. Safe, 19, 1, 6, 5. Clay, 3, 12, 1, 25. Toes, 20, 15, 5, 19. Okay. We know what plus. We can't subtract. We can't divide. So should just go ahead and multiply. Divide and subtract. Probably what I would do. We'll check it in a bit. We should probably... Well, what is 5 times 16? 0 carry that's 80. 81 divisible by 11? No, right? No. Oh, we would do minus times divided. This just nets you 1. 16 minus 5 is 11 times 1 is 11 divided by 11 is 1. 5. I see we can't divide. If we multiply, we'd have to subtract the 1, which would make the division of 20. Well, no. We could multiply, divide, subtract, which would just get you 20. Uh, 3 times 12 is 36. Divided by 1 is 36. Minus 13 is 23. 10. Can't subtract. Divide or multiply. Can't divide, so it's times. And then it would make sense that you can divide that for sure. And then you have to subtract. Because that'll get you 150 divided by 25 is 6 minus 1 is 5. 23. Can't divide. If you subtract, you get 18. Yeah, you probably want to subtract and then multiply and then divide, which is probably going to be a key for most of the things that you do there, which these two operations just don't matter then. If you multiply something and then divide by that same thing, you just get the same number that you had before, which is 18. So 18 times 12 divided by 12 is just 18. 20 should hold off on no. Subtract. Divide. Multiply. Because that'll get you 20. So if I just do straight letter replacement back, 19 is S, 20 is T, 9 is I, 12 is L, still. Interesting. And then this is $23 W 1A 20 T still water 5 R. Okay, well we spelled 2 words, so this seems to be on the right track. Let's do this one. We'll subtract so that we can multiply and then divide, which is 2 times 1836, which gets us a 9 here. We will subtract and then multiply and divide, which does that same thing I talked about before, which you just get this, you just get the number. 23 minus 9 is 14. Divide, subtract, multiply to get 20 again. Subtract, divide, multiply to get 19, which is T, I, N, T, S. Stillwater Tints. Subtract, multiply, divide, which is 2. Subtract, divide, multiply, which is 12. Nine times 12 is 108. Divide, subtract, multiply. So 20. Subtract, divide, multiply. It's 14. Ooh. 3 times 3, 9. 3 divided by 3 times. Subtract, divide, multiply. 11. B. L. T. Oh. Suspicious. N. K. So this needs to be an A. So this needs to be 1. So we need to do some other order of the combination here. 13 times 1 divide and minus. Yeah, this is obviously the one that you think is weird and doesn't work, and I'm just trying to figure out why. Because obviously 20 doesn't make sense, but that's the main, that was the solution that I came up with, because if you subtract 1 and are left with only division and multiplication, I don't know how you could reduce that down to 1. I don't know how you could get a different numeric core. Oh! What if you did 131.95? Or even for that matter, what if you did 13195? Don't know how that bails me out just yet, thinking about it. Can't divide, can't subtract, have to multiply. I think that's not going to help me. Leaving the 1 stranded there is tough. Because then you have subtraction and multiplication left. Oh wait, what's oh, that's 7. That's 57. Which doesn't divide evenly. Certainly doesn't get you to 1. If you were to multiply... Oh, no. No, that wouldn't... Well... Did I put the things in right? It's 13 for M, 1 for A, 9 for I, and 4 for D. Oh, it's 4 for D. Jesus Christ. No, I didn't put the numbers in right. Which doesn't help immensely, but we could just reorganize this back to the way that it's supposed to be, and maybe... Because now I can divide by 4 at the end. Yeah, no, that works. Why wouldn't you reduce it? It's 13 times 1 minus 4 minus 9 divided by 4, which is 1, which gets you A, so you get blank. So, I guess, is blank not right for the 4th line? Is it not supposed to be 1? It's right. Okay. Moving on. Oh, the stars on the I and still? That one worked too, so... Didn't have any problems with that. Subtract 1, multiply, and divide. Bada bing, bada boom. Yeah, no, I mean, the wiki's allowed to be wrong. It's not your fault. It's all good. I'll look at it after I'm done. I'm curious now. You're not doing anything wrong. I get that you were trying to help, but I'm curious why the wiki thinks you can't get I out of 13, 1, 9, 12. Did I do that one wrong? 13, 1, 9, 12. If you just subtract 1, you get 12. Multiplying by 9 and then immediately dividing by 12 just gets you 9, and it works. So I'm confused why the wiki is confused about how to get still, if that's the correct word, and it's not stall. That's odd to me. But it's not your fault for not understanding. I just think the wiki's wrong. I mean, the words are male and maid. Oh, it's the tea and water. Oh, I mean, I have really bad news for you. That one just works out to 20 as well. Like, again, unless I'll double check. H is 8. E is 5. A is 1. T is 20. That just works out to 20. Multiply up to 40, divide by 1, you still have 40, and then subtract 20, and you get 20. I might have to read this addendum. Sounds to me like somebody who... Yeah, one word left. One word left. Here we go. Looks to me like we probably need... What do you do here? Do you multiply? Well, no, you don't want to do that. 8 times 4 is 2 carried to 3, so you'd have 112, and 4 goes into 112 28 times, and that's not gonna work. So you don't want to start with the division. 7 times 14 is going to get you kind of the same problem. Well, if you subtracted, multiplied, and divided, 7 times 14 is 8 carried to 2 is 98 divided by 4. You can't, because 96 is divisible by 4 and 100 is divisible by 4. So then you got to... Can't subtract. You could divide. Don't really want... 8, 1, 14, 4. Why can't I see this one? Why can't I see this one? Subtract, multiply, divide. Subtract, multiply, divide. All three of them are valid options for 8 and 1. You're just going to get 7, 8, or 8. So you're operating with either a 7 or an 8, and depending on what you did... I mean, you could go to a half. You could go to an even half, 7 out of 14, and multiply by 4 and get 2 again. Stillwater tints blank B. Let's roll with it for now. Interesting that that's the very first one that had to do fractional anything. So we want minus, divide, multiply for the solution on that one. 22 divided by 1 minus 19 times 5 is 15. 19. Yeah, okay, that's another 15. Minus, divide, multiply gets you 18 divided by 6, 3 times 5, 15. 3. 25 at the end from Clay. Can't subtract and can't divide. You kind of have to multiply here, which is fine because you just have 36, which you would then divide and then subtract to get a nice 11. And then this one looks pretty easy. Subtract and divide and multiply in order to get 19. 5 divided by 5, 1 times 19. Yeah, okay. So that leaves us with B, O, 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 no, K. Stillwater tints blank books. Looks like to me. Stillwater tints blank books. Okay. Stillwater tints blank books. This has a smaller possible number, 12. Why are you doing 8 divided by... That's your own... What? No. They're wrong. That's fine. That note is just wrong. It also... This was a misconception that I also had. Oh, it does say assign each a different color, resulting in a valid mathematical equation that produces the smallest whole number possible. First number. Yeah, no, I think I fundamentally disagree with that assessment. Yes, it's technically a smaller possible number, but because you have to do the fractional math, I don't think that's the intention. In fact, it's possible that doing fractional math on the other one that I did is not the intention either. My hot take is I don't know that you're supposed to do that. It might actually get you the correct result sometimes. My suspicion is that that's probably not the intended path. If you want my hot take. So what? Yeah, step 1 of many. That's fine. Why the fuck? Why are they colored? Why is that just like a weird, unnecessary component of this? I worked myself up into thinking that, like, oh, I needed some piece of information from the classroom in order to solve that. You don't. You don't. You just have to know that the alphabet has numerical values, which is like absolutely bottom floor basic puzzle solving information. Yeah. Yeah, see how it says, as is common in other puzzle games? If you would have just told me, you probably already know this, I probably wouldn't have overthought it. Because, like, yeah, I did already know that. As is common in other puzzle games. Like, every fucking puzzle game on the planet. It is very common. I have tried to do a letter to number cipher like 4 other times while playing this game. You do not need the classroom letters and numbers with the colors in the background in order to figure out that A equals 1 and Z equals 26. Yeah, the vertical displacement, I noticed that as well. If you look closely, they're talking about the height difference between these two, and then the height difference between these two, and then the height difference between these two, and then the height difference between these two. They're talking about that, which is absolutely not necessary and is an intense amount of overkill. So you see how the the 1 here extends a little bit above where the 2, but then the 2 and the 3 are in line, and then the 4 is higher than the 1 from the 3, and then you drop way down to get to the 5. It's the same sort of sequence, but actually it looks like A and D are at the same height. But again, totally fucking irrelevant. It doesn't matter, and the fact that they've yes, technically this is the problem. I will just tell you, you got puzzle peopled, and I'm sorry that you got puzzle peopled, but these are my people, but I know that you are not in these people, and the people reading this wiki are not in these people. They need to fucking simplify that shit and just say, listen, A is equal to 1, because it's the first letter of the alphabet. Z is equal to 26, because it's the last letter of the alphabet. Fill in the blank, and then do the fucking math, because it is not even remotely necessary to go into all of the detail about all that. It's, again, yes, technically it is true. No, the vertical vertical is height. So it's the height difference, not the gap. But again, we're talking esoteric. That's not the game. The game actually did nothing wrong. It gave you a functionally obvious hint about the fact that letters equals numbers, even though it doesn't tell you what to do with that. It gave you a really obvious hint that letters equal numbers, which is like, again, I don't know how to explain this to any greater depth other than to say that does not require this classroom. And that should be communicated on a wiki. If they want to make reference to the fact that the classrooms do have a sort of visual clue, they need to just explain it simply. And I have no idea. Yeah, I understand that. I understand that. And like I said, I even noticed that. I noticed that yellow is 1, pink is 2, 3 is blue, and that still just lined up. This, if you ignore the second half of this, which is K through Z, don't look at those. If you just look at A through J, and you have the numbers 1 through 10, their colors line up directly with the letters. So you don't, it doesn't need to, there's no more to it than that. It's that simple. It's just there to be like, hey, look, letters equal numbers. And if it was actually something interesting, like, oh, the letters actually equal numbers that they don't normally equal, that is why I thought we were taking a picture of it. Once we were back to the classroom again, I was like, okay, so these pictures are going to probably indicate to me that A isn't 1. Maybe A is 5, and maybe B is 3, and maybe C is 8. You know, maybe the order of it is actually different, and the classroom does distinguish and delineate that, which is why I went through the effort of getting to 1 through 10, and then I was like, that's just 1 through 10. That's just 1 through 10. And then the crazy thing was I overdid it and overthought it, because I was like, well, if all I have is 1 through 10, when the color pattern starts to repeat, I must have to keep reusing 1 through 10. No, you don't do that. This gets you fucking gibberish. This gets you absolutely nothing, even remotely helpful. This is worthless. You don't want this. But it's just like, I think it is a little over-engineered on the game side of things, but it's way more over-engineered on the wiki, and it is unnecessarily complicated. Putting and the vertical displacement of letters matches the vertical displacement of numbers, and then also putting despite a non-repeating color pattern, that shit should be deleted. That should not be in the description for this. It should just say the background color of the letters matches the background color of the numbers. This is a clue that letters can be substituted with numbers. Simple as that. Simple as that. That's all it needed to say. The fact that okay, so still water tints blank books. Still water tints blank books. Blank books. And still water. I can't move any books that I'm aware of in the entire game. And the only place, there are 2 places where there is still water. One of them is the fountain, and the other one is the reservoir. And maybe arguably the pool, but that fucker is drained dry right now. So still water tints blank books. Still water, tints, blank books. All right, so correct me right now if I'm wrong, Chayla. Is there a book I can actually pick up and take with me somehow? Okay, that's what I suspected. So we don't need to be thinking about necessarily an item, because there are no book items that you can pick up. Would you reverse engineering? If we can't take a book to water, can we take water to a book? Could we use the watering can to make a book wet? Okay. So I have the watering can, and I could get the library, but I don't think a book is there. What other books would we want to make wet? There are blank pages in the manuscripts, but we can't get down into the tomb today. The library? Blank book in the library. Blank book in the library. Well, let's go draft my library. I've got 2 spots. I'm going to try to draft it here. Let's go draft my library. Did I eat all of my food yet for today? I didn't, right? Because I couldn't afford it. Don't forget the message is blank books. Yep. Didn't forget that. I'm trying to figure out why you're trying to remind me of it now. Don't forget the message is blank books. Look at my 10-step... Oh, that wasn't even fucking worth it. Plural. Yeah. Okay. Yep, it is plural. I agree. Concur. Did I say book? I've been trying to say books, plural. My bad. My brain is melting a little bit. You guys can't see it. There's leakage for sure. Give me some steps, homie. Fucking killing me. Alright, library me. Wrong. 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 Thank you. Yeah, there's no book out. Oh, wait. This book is blank. Am I out of water in the watering can? There's 2 blank books. I think my watering can is empty. Like, I need to go back to the kitchen and fill it. No? Okay, well, I'm gonna fill it anyway, just to really stick it to you. I mean, it was empty. You're telling me this guy put 2 blank books in a library with a clue about making blank books wet, and doesn't let me make them wet to even be disappointed that it's not the right answer? What an asshole. Right, I'm talking about the game developer. I'm talking about the game developer. T. Do I need a bucket to make it the water still? Give me a bit more. Give me a bit more. Give me a bit more. I hope that we're at least on the right track here. It'd be great to knock this out since I already have the watering can if it's important. Loved double meanings. Okay, yeah, I can understand that. The wordplay is lost on me. You know you are all aware of my love for wordplay and how much I actually fucking hate it and don't love it at all. Blank books. I drink from time to time. Is she a plant? She like to drink from time to time. Okay, what does the wine cellar have to do with this? Okay. Thinking about the message. Okay, thinking about the message. Thinking about the message. Still water. Still water. Tints. Blank books. blank. With the still. Still water. Still water. So I can't do shit today. Because I put the tool shed out there. We need the trading post. Still water, really? Do I actually need the watering can? In order to... Can I fill the watering can with water from the still? Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. That's crazy. Why would you think of that? Why would you think of that? Well, I'm going to coat check the watering can because it's not even guaranteed in the greenhouse, and I do not want to fuck around. I do not want to fuck... She's from an older time, okay? When stills were common. That's crazy. Still water. Still water. I put a comma there first. My thought was like, still, water tints black books. I'm like, that, man. Coat check me. I kind of want the freezer too, but I need coat check first. The bookshop. Redraw. No. 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 Also, a drink from time to time, very good clue in hindsight. I didn't figure it out from that, but excellently played. The unfortunate thing is my brain is way too good at remembering rooms and way too bad at not thinking a little laterally sometimes. So when you said drink, I went wine, and I was like, also there's no other booze in the house anywhere. Completely forgetting about the wall we smashed. So I was going to be stuck there for a while unless you got me a little bit further. How do you make booze was an excellent follow-up to that. You live here now. You live here now, watering can. I'll just spend rerolls to try to get the freezer and freeze my assets for the day and call it good. Of course you take one more key from me. No thanks. Oh, we go again. Another one. Let's try that one more time. Freezer's in here somewhere. Show me the freezer. There it is. Okay. Wow, what a fucking night. Okay. Did I place the planetarium? No. Do I have enough steps to maybe try? Yes. No. Well, I have 2 rerolls. I'll try it. That is not the one that I need. like a little horrified about what might be on these books. You know, and it's you know how crazy it is to put a reference to 2 books that have done nothing all game, and you've probably run past them 100 different times at this point, and then the game's like, oh yeah, actually, those are important. That's fucking crazy. Oh, that's fucking crazy, man. Show me the planetarium. Show me the planetarium. Got one more try. Show me the planetarium. I fucking hate you, Electromagnet. What was in here that you wanted me to get so bad? That money? A treasure map? You're dead to me. Too bad the Electromagnet doesn't rob the casino. That would have been a funny interaction. Is it on the veranda? Yeah. It's crazy how, like, I've never found a treasure map that took me to a room that I couldn't dig the treasure up in. Which means that probably every single fucking room is set up with a way to dig for a treasure. Oh, man. You're crazy for that game. You're fucking crazy. Can I make it? Where's my break room? I want to try to make it to my break room and get a free key card for tomorrow in case I need it. Nope. Nice try, game. Almost got me. Was down one more. Hee hee ha ha. Break room. Break room. Made it. Call it a day. Got the 13 dead end rooms. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. How was this not a green? How did you go shopping center? I placed every green room. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I placed every green room, game. I didn't even place every shop you could place. Even if you exclude the armory, because I can't draw it right now. Should I go again? No. Did I already click the button? Yes. Just do it. Who cares? Who cares what the house looks like? Just give me my library. And then we just gotta get coat checked. What did I keep? Sledgehammer and coin purse. That's funny. There it is. Does it have water in it still? Oh my god, it does. I hope I don't need to empty it. That would be that would be embarrassing. You actually can't. That sure would be tragic. You actually can't fill this with still water because it still has regular water in it. Gotta fix that first, actually. I just need to get my study. Ooh. Compass. No, do I actually need to empty it? I'll do it. I'll draft 3 more green rooms. I'm not even scared. Nothing can stop me at this point. I'm crushing it already. Look at that. Do I be greedy and not put it here because it's a waste? Just put the dining room and go draft. Not getting a trading post. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm going for the. That's why I want my study. I'm gonna be greedy. I don't give a shit. I'm not afraid of you, game. I brought freezer stuff. You can't touch me. And I have a key card. I have no fears. Passageway me. Commissary me. Look at that. Look at that. Drawing room me. I get a free redraw. There it is. Done. And it came with dice. The game was like, all right, you can have this one. All right, let's empty our. I'll set myself up for as maximal success as possible here. We'll try to get a couple more green rooms out so that my watering can is empty. No locked doors today, huh? I came prepared, and the game's like, you over prepared. Now, see, now we secret passage to green. We get a free cloister. Never lucky. Never fucking lucky, man. Redraw me. Redraw me. Redraw me. Thank you. Alright, watering can's empty. Came to fucking play today. No horsing around. Yeah, if I had been silly and gotten excited and tried to go for the trading post without the study or any ivory dice, I would have just rechecked the watering can and gone next. to be totally honest, I would have just been like, nope, we go again. There it is. All right, still water. That's disgusting. And I think it did need to be empty. I think it actually needed to be empty in order to, well, at least missing one charge so that you can get the refill prompt, because I don't think the refill prompt shows up at the sink if it's already full. But maybe if you at least spent one charge, it would let you refill the one charge, although you may need literally at least 2 charges from it. Hey, that might come in handy in one moment. That's crazy. I can't believe that. Why is it a spiral? My dearest darling son, I am quite impressed. I didn't expect you to make it this far. Yet if these words have reached your eyes, rest assured, the end of the spiral is near. Stay vigilant and rosewary, for the thorns we discover are twice as sharp at the conclusion of each of our journeys. One final counsel I leave you. The waters of the West Spring shall yet reveal more secrets than these mere passages. I had so many plans, but not enough dreams. Your mother, Orave. Oh, a hidden hue. From prism pristine, 3 paths convene. 3 lines of light, 3 shades foreseen. 3 colors to count, a sum of 18. But the one left hidden remains to be seen. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Why is this here? Three colors to count, a sum of 18. Do these stay revealed? Do you know? You don't know, that's fine. I'll just take screenshots of them. It's fine. It's not that big a deal. They're kind of hard to read. The magnifying glass actually kind of helped, but those are my and I need the fucking numbers again, man. I'm just gonna delete this because this was stupid and wrong. I feel like an idiot. That definitely doesn't sum to 18. That probably doesn't either. I'm gonna guess that. I mean, some might mean numeric core, so that's why I'm writing them down, but we will see. 5. L. 12, 12, 15. I think that one is probably not going to happen. I think it's probably red, green, and blue. G7, R, 18. 5, 5, 14. Blue. 2, 12, 21, 5. Purple. 16, 21, 18, 16, 12. That's a lot. That's a lot. 2, 12, 1, 3. Actually, black is a small number too. So, like, if we look at the numbers that look like maybe it's possible to get 4 numbers out of them. Yeah, actually, might not be green. It might be red, blue, and black. Because you can just scooch these two together. To get to 18, though, you're going to have a hard time. That just equals 1. 24 minus 13 is 11. Divided by 11 is 1. Wow, that was a crazy sneeze. And you could do the same thing of multiply and then subtract, or wait. No. That would be bad. How would you divide 3 by 5? I was actually thinking maybe you need to do something like this. That doesn't really work. This one pretty much has to be like this if it's going to be one of them. But I don't know how that works. I don't think that works. 1854? I don't think you can get a numeric core out of that. So 3 colors to count a sum of 18 could just literally be the number of letters. But 3 colors to count a sum of 18. You know, it's funny, if you do blue as 2 times 12 divided by 2 plus 50, or, oh, you'd only have minus left. Oh, done with cores. Okay. All right. Then, yeah, that saves me a lot of pain and suffering of trying to core these, because I don't think they core to 18. I don't think a single one does. I think you'd be hard pressed to get one of these to core correctly for you. There's a lot of information to sift through on your end, I assume. So don't sweat it. You're all good. I trust you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, orange, yellow, and purple are all... Okay. Orange, yellow, and purple are all 6 letters long. So those 3 would sum to 18. But I would almost hesitate to think it's that simple. But the one left hidden remains to be seen. 3 lines of light, 3 shades foreseen. A hidden hue. The other puzzle? Okay, yeah, that's fair. As in, like, this... Oh, this being capitalized, tended rose vine is certainly interesting. And oh, sorry. I was probably going to go back to it, but I'll pull it up in just a second. So yeah, there's a couple of things in here that are interesting. There's tended rose vine. My dearest darling son, I am quite impressed. I didn't expect you to make it this far. If these words have reached your eyes, rest assured the end of the spiral is near. Stay vigilant and rose wary. I'm going to look up what that word means. Okay, I'm just getting rosemary, which I suppose makes sense. I did get a lot of blueprints results that I did not look at immediately, so other people have the same question that I have for some reason. Doesn't really matter for now. That's definitely a W. It looks exactly like the W in Twice, so rosewary. For the thorns we discover are twice as sharp at the conclusion of each of our journeys. One final counsel I leave: the waters of the West Spring shall yet reveal more secrets than these mere passages. The waters of the West Spring. All right, let me take a screenshot. Nope. New, please. And I'll just go over and take a screenshot of this. West Spring. West Spring. West Spring. Waters of the West Spring. The only thing I at least initially can do is take it somewhat literally. there is literally water in the west area that could theoretically be coming from a spring. I guess maybe they don't come from a spring. I kind of always thought that they came from further up, but now I realize they kind of don't. I don't know. Do you have anything over on this side? It's a nice idea, but probably wrong. And the other thought that I had, since this doesn't seem to do what I thought it did, which what I thought it did was go off the cliff here to where you can hear that waterfall. I guess maybe it kind of is doing that. It's not that same water, but down below, is it? Because you can take the elevator down and look at that waterfall from the underground area. Not sure, so maybe just assume that that's not on the path. See what I'm talking about? That little chunk down there is kind of where the... Actually, does the elevator take you down that far? I don't know that it does. Based on where we go down here, I don't know that I've actually been all the way over there. Can you go over there? Two other clues in that note. Probably the tended rose vine, question mark. And I thought that the inclusion of I'm assuming it's this, but it's also interesting that she said the thorns we discover are twice as sharp at the conclusion of each of our journeys. Oh, okay. Am I crazy? I can't tell if it's just the lettering on the page or not. Oh, it's totally not. Look at the second S in secrets. So it says West Spring Secret Passage. Actually, the third S in passages is fainter than the rest of it as well. So those are West Spring Secret Passage. Do I need to monk the secret passage to the outer room? Okay. I have the secret passage already drafted. I just need... Oh, we did the trading post for today. Okay. We can plan on that for next time. That's really... Yeah, you can... what's your recommendation? Should I put the watering can in the code check again? Yeah, I was already this close to asking you if I still needed the watering can to make more books wet. And I didn't, because I was like, well, let's just see. It's going to save you days of prep. That's disgusting. I kind of hate that. Now, I should refill it with the still water. Or any water. Oh, okay. Still water. Man. The fact that books, and then I was like, yeah, but that was only 2. Man. All right. So theoretically, it has still water in it. And if we coat check, it will still have still water in it. Since I can't monk the secret passage out there to prep it for next time, I think I'm just going to coat check this and call it a day. That way we can wrap up the stream since it is really late, admittedly. And I am feeling good about what I did manage to accomplish. But I could chase this rabbit all night, and I can't. I shouldn't. I should not do that, but I could. But I should not. So, coat checked watering can with still water in it. Holy shit. No, I didn't. I ended up getting a meeting scheduled for tomorrow. So, I'm gonna go. What I might do is come home early. I might take the afternoon off. It's a little easier for me to probably pull off. Maybe I just take like a couple hours off in the afternoon. Because I have... Okay, we're probably going to play Final Fantasy XIV tomorrow. Since I didn't finish the story, I would actually like to finish the story on stream. I just did enough of it that I could, do the other stuff if I wanted. So I kind of want to finish the story on stream. But I was also going to show a little... I only did like 1 or 2 moon streams. And I got that itch to start working on crafted stuff. And I think it would be fun to show the moon in its current state with the improvements that they just made to it. And check out how it's doing. Plus, I think the new planet is either here or it's coming soon. Can't remember if it was 0.31 or if it was 0.30. I'd have to look at the slides again or the patch notes. But I kind of want some time on the moon. And we'll probably do Occult Crescent. So I'm like... It's like a bunch of stuff that I want to do. So if I got home early, maybe I could start stream early. Maybe. I don't know. Just pay attention. We'll see. It kind of depends. I've been really tired. And it's partially my fault. But I've been trying something new for sleeping with a different pillow. And I think that it's been better for me, but worse for me. Because I wake up really good, but it means I don't oversleep. And I think my body's really used to oversleeping. So it feels really tired a lot still, but I'm getting up better than I have for like the past 5 years. Like I'm actually waking up and like being awake instead of hearing an alarm go off, snoozing it, and immediately falling back asleep. So I'm kind of struggling because of that. No, you helped the exact perfect amount. The only thing that I would say is, like, I realized that I didn't get the key thing, and I feel a little stupid for not getting it. And I think maybe you did try to do what you could to get me off of combination, but the line of questioning about how do you open a vault, I was stuck on combination. I was really stuck on it, and I couldn't get my head, even though we said key, and I thought key of Ares or whatever. I was thinking about maybe reusing that key from down below. Even though we got to that point, I think I just fell right back off, and wasn't like locked in the way that I needed to be in that moment in order to get back to key. And I don't know why the 8 just wasn't fucking clicking for me. I don't know if it was just recency. Like we solved room 8 so long ago. Yeah, and the problem is I was going to tell you. I was like, they're not vaults because that's not what, like, but what I couldn't come up with safe deposit box or deposit box, or I couldn't come up with that. I was stuck on the fact that we were calling them vaults as well. And the other thing I was stuck on is I remember being confused because they are safe deposit boxes, but the key item that opens them were called vault keys. And I remember that. I remember being confused because I picked it up and it said that it was a key for a safe deposit box. And then in my inventory, it was called vault key number. And I remember that being like a weird thing. So it was like, the key is for the safe deposit box in the vault. Anyway, it's just to be clear, that was like I feel like that was the only point of frustration, and everything else was fine. And that was mostly just because, what the fuck? There's writing here? Huh. Yeah, I think it was cross wires, and it's all good because, like, me trying to sit there and get to key 8 was not going to be the fun part of the stream tonight. Like, the thing to keep in mind, as much as I want to try to figure things out on my own, just needing a key, just needing an item and not like thinking of the name off the top of my head when I'm trying to piece it together from vaguely, and in my opinion, somewhat poorly worded blue memo clues. Like, I'm not upset about that at all. I'm not upset about basically being like, you basically be like, it's a fucking key. Stop thinking about anything else and think about it being a key. Yeah, and I had a lot of fun doing the cores and working my way through that. And I think that the other thing to keep in mind as well is like this, we are in a level of puzzle thinking that is really hard to draw the line of like, is this fun or is this torture? So again, I know it was hard for you, but I do want to commend you because I think you came out of it stronger and better for going through it. But like trying to get me to this from the classroom was hard for you because they apparently didn't show you how I'm guessing that this is not present. My guess is what you have is you have the words, you have the 5x5 grid, and then you have them saying A is 1 and Z is 26. Okay, here's the final number, and that means this letter.
So they didn't do this step for you, which is the hardest part. Easily the hardest part to understand how to provide guidance. And if you're just looking at the final result number and being like, well, the numbers that you're getting aren't the numbers that I see, but I don't know I don't know why you're getting the numbers you're getting and I don't know how they got the numbers they got. So that's not your fault. You actually did good. In my opinion, you did exactly what you needed to do, which was eventually you got to the point where I was able to walk you through what I did, and you were like, no, you've gone the wrong direction. And getting me back on track of like each letter just is its number was all I needed. It's just really hard for you to know that when they don't show you that each letter is just its number, because they don't show you the breakdown of each of the chords. So that's why it's not showing it. I accidentally scooched it off the top. My bad. Anyway, and then obviously from there, I think we're in really interesting territory. We know we have a plan of action. Helping me actually, and obviously I think there's still one more clue. You said there's 2 more clues on that one page, or on that one book that has the vine, but I only found the secret West Spring secret passage. So there's maybe still another clue there that I'll have to look for, which is great. But that's exactly you've kind of hit the sweet spot of what I was looking for, which is like, try to help me not miss something. Try to help. Oh, secret and passage was it? Oh, okay. All right, fair enough. Oh, I see what you did. You saw me look at West Spring, and you were like, no, you need to look at the other 2 parts of it. I gotcha. Okay. Perfect. I think you landed in the sweet spot tonight, as hard as it is. Where making sure, I just don't want to miss stuff. The Rose Vine thing is an anagram. Well, I mean, okay. I mean, I know what an anagram is, so now I know what to do to solve that, just to be clear. I don't know if it's necessary. It might not mean anything for now. Okay. Well, yeah, the numerical substitution. Okay, I see. I kind of see... I think it's partially my fault for not doing it's just a thing. Okay. I hate anagrams anyway, so I don't want to solve it. If it's not helpful, I'm not going to solve it, because we already did anagrams, and I used a solver for it. The book titles in A New Clue, if you'll remember, that they were like they're in here. I've seen the phrase before. Okay, so then it's, yeah. These, Tender Cipher is an anagram of The Red Prince. Lunar Renamed is an anagram of Realm and Rune. Uncle Awe is an anagram for A New Clue. Draft of Sixes is an anagram for The Fixed Stars. And I literally used the solver for those because I am fucking abysmal. Absolutely abysmal at anagrams. I'm so genuinely bad at them. So that to me is not the kind of puzzle that I enjoy. No, I'm going to put it into a solver. I'm going to put it into a solver right now. Well, actually, if you're telling me that I tried to move the fucking magnifying glass. That's what I just did. Tended rose vine? is a thing I've seen before with a V in it. Tended rose vine. Anagram solver. Tended rose. Oh, that's right. I had to get a little. I had to go a little deep on this one. Tended. This one doesn't do it either. Which one was the one? Damn it. I had to do like add words. There we go. Multiple word anagram solver. Is this the one I did? Tended rose vine. Find. Oh. Oh, max words 2. Max words 5. Oh. Oh. Inverted comes up. Oh, an investor comes up too. Oh, fuck. Are those anagrams? And investor needed. Investor needed, but also inverted. Invert. What was it? Denoted inverse. Denoted inverse. They're all anagrams of one another. Denoted inverse, investor needed, and whatever the vine one is. What did I type? Tended rose vine. What the fuck? Should be 4 words. No, there's. Here, I'll do it really quick. Tended rose vine, investor needed, and denoted inverse. They all have the same letters. 1 T, 1, 2, 3, 4 E's. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. N. Yeah, there's 2 N's. Denoted inverse. There's 2 D's. Needed, denoted, tended. It's supposed to make something else you've seen before. Oh, okay. Sure. There's just another one. Let's do min letters 3. Revised. So it should be 4. You sure I've seen it before? Oh, min 2 letters. Okay. That's a pain. I can change it to 2,500 results, I guess. Spiral? Oh, I can't. There's no P. Well, what is it? I've seen the spiral with a phrase before. Yeah, I don't remember what was on that note. I don't remember what it said. What is it? Oh, does it never end? Oh. So is she the one who left? She must be the one who left all those notes. I wonder what that diagram and the music note and the spiral and the thorns all have to do with one another. That's really interesting. Yeah, I couldn't remember what it said on that spiral note, but now that you say that, that is what it says. Well, I mean, obviously he didn't solve this. We've upgraded. We have taken a step up in difficulty. The game has changed. We are in a whole new world. Okay, well, yeah, we'll call it there. And like I said, here's the thing that I'll say. I want to see this through to the end, but I recognize that there are going to be some difficulties that could take me hours that I don't have in my lifespan or my patience level at this point. So I think that trying to do things in a way where I still get to solve stuff, but I don't have to figure out and make sure I remember every minute detail. Like I said, I wasn't getting key. I don't know why I wasn't getting key. So you just telling me it's a fucking key, and with all of the discussion about the going through and getting this and getting to 53, I'd have to look back at it again. I don't think those blue memos make that much sense. I don't like the way the blue memos refer to a family core. The family core unlocked only by the sum of its digits. What was the other one that wasn't the mechanarium? On the coat of arms, I mean, it was helpful, but I had already sort of gotten to that point. I just didn't understand why the number mattered. What was the other one? Yeah, I don't know. I just don't like the language here. I think buried it under a concept that the game used previously with the core symbols for the nations. And I was thinking I was way off looking for the symbol that we saw on the blue door, and I was thinking that must be the family core because it's the iconography that you see everywhere around Mount Holly, and like that must be what it's referring to. And so where is that in the vault, and how do I unlock a thing that I can't find? So I was really lost in my own thoughts about what these two things meant, and that's why I was having such a hard time connecting with what you were trying to hint at as far as like I need a key. Now that I know 53, and now that I know that I can see that that's a vault, and obviously 5 and 3 adds to 8, where the fuck have you seen a key that's 8? and I just couldn't get there. So I appreciate you pushing me over that hump, even though you didn't feel like you should need to. The reason that you needed to is because I was way off in a land that I don't know how I was going to come back from unless you just really pushed me. So, and then like I said, other than that, once we had that open and you told me I had the clue, yeah, it's been forever. It's been forever. I've even been watching people play this game, like the start of this game, and I remember the gallery. I remember the roommate key. I remember Salt. I remember it. It just doesn't come to mind because it feels that this game, some of this game's most difficult things happen when you think you are done with a thing. When you think a thing has served its purpose, or if you think you understand what a thing is for, and then the game's like, no. I reused that. I reused the watering can. It's not just a mechanical thing you find sometimes. You need that to bring water from a still that just seemed to have money and lore when you blew open the wall. And so it's... Anyway, that is a really interesting thing about this game that I personally like. I enjoy the discovery. I like to make them by myself. Sometimes it's just really hard. I'm okay with being defeated by this game at this point. I'm okay with losing sometimes and being like, yeah, you know what? I didn't really know what it meant there. I didn't really know what it meant. I want some credit for identifying that you could add the values of these letters up for the words. Like I had that whole extra chart that I deleted that was wrong, but I did think about adding them together. I don't know why I didn't think about coring them. That would have made a lot more immediate sense because the link between, like, we found we found the clue, this clue. I didn't take a picture of it, did I? Shit. The letter underneath it. The letter that the clue was in said something about Lady Epson. Fuck, I don't remember what it was. It was like addressed to her or something like that when we pulled it out of this file cabinet. So this was like one of her belongings, right? This was one of her things. So it makes total sense to use this with the other clue that he never solved, right? Isn't it a letter from the professor? Sure. There's no indication of who this was sent from. Yeah, this is what she asked for. I don't remember what the letter actually said. I don't remember what... Do I have steps? Yeah. I don't remember what was on the front of it. I don't even know if you can look at it again. I'm going to try. But, like, it makes total sense to do the coring on the puzzle that she left behind that he didn't know what to do with it. So I don't know why my brain didn't go there right away. Because I already had letters or numbers. I already had that part of it. Letters or numbers is like, again, I'm shocked that the developer felt the need to even include anything you could call a clue that points you to letters or numbers, because it is such a standard puzzle. Here it is. To the Baroness of Mount Holly for her own hand. So yeah, anyway, that's obviously her. That is my... I think it's just Grandma. No. Be great grandma, wouldn't it? Because if he's my great uncle, that means he is the brother of my grandfather. And this is his mom. So this is my great grandma. Anyway, obviously in hindsight that makes total sense, and I just didn't quite think of it right away. But once we knew that it was just, I mean, like, I jumped at the opportunity to do the numeric course. I knew that was going to be relevant. It was obvious that was important. It just wasn't obvious to me exactly when it was important and with what numbers. So I was going to try to core the sums of each of the words together, not core them individually, but obviously that makes more sense to do it that way. Anyway, long story short, and then like after we did that and just kind of helping me gain, I feel like you put the guardrails up and helped me eliminate some obvious possibilities. Like I was thinking about books and I was like, you know, the library makes sense. And you were like, it does make sense. I'm like, okay, great. And then I was like, I loved your reverse engineering comment. I thought that was perfect. So I was like, if I can't pick up I told myself, I was like, I can't move books. There's not a single book that I can pick up and move. And once you confirmed that, and then just said reverse engineering, I was like, okay, then I bring the water to books. And that makes total sense. And then the only thing I needed help with after that was trying to get my head wrapped around I was really stuck on, like, if I can't dip this in a pool of water that doesn't move, what the fuck does still water mean? What is still water? So kudos for just kind of like admittedly, wordplay is not my strong suit and never has been. So, in fact, you'll recall from this playthrough how long it took me to figure out the small gates thing. Right here. You'll recall how long it took me to figure out if we count small gates. And Gates is spelled Gates, right? And then 8 dates crack 8 safes is actually there is no play on words here. That's very straightforward. But small gates is used 3 different ways, and I wrote them down a little bit further down here. Yes, small gates on the calendar, literal meaning, Gates. Small gates where gates equals gates, play on words. This was like the last letter that I found because it's a fucking double meaning. I'm terrible at these. These are a huge blind spot in my general puzzle enthusiasm. So, like, you correctly and swiftly identified that if you did not step in and help me identify help me with the fact that still probably doesn't only mean like not moving and means something else, and got me there relatively quickly, like I could have been thinking about that a month from now and still not figured out what I was supposed to know. So it's just one of those things where sometimes the language doesn't click. So again, I just want to be clear that I don't think you overhelped. I think you helped pretty much the exact right amount. And as much as I would like to think I could have gotten to alcohol still and to key 8 by myself, I just don't think that was going to happen in a reasonable amount of time. I just don't think that was going to happen. And even this one, Gates was G8. Like that. That was gate. If we count small gate, G8, G8, gate. I got this one quicker. And then these 3, I don't actually know how the clue applies, but it doesn't matter. Anyway. So I think you did good. I don't think you have anything to be upset or frustrated about. I'm looking forward to the next time we play. I do think that we've probably got at least one more stream of this bad boy next Tuesday. But tomorrow night we're gonna play Final Fantasy 14, and we may or may not do some Occult Crescent with some friends. I may just focus on story and moon crafting. We'll see. I'm not sure yet. Kind of depends on how much time I have, and if anybody else is gonna want to go into OC again or not. It just got updated. The treasure chests are more lucrative. And I did cut down the croissant. I did cut down on one of the rocks that I still need to acquire. So I need 4 rocks for my relic weapon now, which I think will be doable. It could happen in a night, but I would probably be doing the same thing in OC that I have been. You have Thief now? Oh, sweet. I would probably be doing the same thing in OC, which is kind of just like running around, opening chests. They definitely made opening chests valuable, and doing the pot fate and trying to find a bunny carrot. They definitely made that stuff worth doing. So I would probably be doing that and splitting the time with the critical engagements that pop up to try and get the drops that I still need. And then maybe some crafting and gathering on the moon, and maybe some story. So that's tomorrow. Keep an eye out for maybe me starting earlier than normal if I decide to leave work after the meeting that got scheduled tomorrow. And then Saturday and Sunday we'll play Baldur's Gate 3. And then Tuesday we'll come back to Puzzle Land. So that is it for me. Thank you guys for hanging out and watching. I hope that you enjoyed the solves and the progress, and if you didn't, I don't know what you're still doing here, because that's pretty much all we have left in this game, and it's been all we've had left for a while. So you're crazy. But yeah, I'm out. Have a good rest of your day or night, or whatever time it might be for you. And I will see you guys later.